Good morning, students. Welcome to my YouTube channel, and I hope that you all are happy and well at your homes. Be happy, be safe, be healthy, and use this time for the useful and meaningful things, my dear. So, as you all know, that we started our online classes for class 9th and 10th, and last time the class 9 syllabus we had discussed about the chapter, the chapter of constitutional design. Okay, so let's start our next chapter of geography, that is known as physiographic divisions. Okay, basically if we want to understand that this chapter, then we have to understand all the basic terms and concepts of this chapter. That is, in this chapter, first of all, let's discuss what are the main concepts and terms which are coming in this chapter and the further topics. Okay, so in this chapter we have to understand all the physical geography of India. Okay, basically if you look at the syllabus of class 9th and syllabus of class 10 geography, then you can easily understand one thing, that these both classes of class 9th and class 10 understand you give you a better understanding of the geography of India, whole geography of India. The last chapter which I had taught you, India location and size, in which you understand the location and size of India, latitude, longitude, time difference, IST, GMT. These are topics for the topic we had completed in this chapter. And in this chapter we have to read about the physical geography of India. What are the mountains in India? Okay, what are the plateaus, what are the islands, what are the deserts? So basically we have to understand the physical geography of India in this chapter. After that, the is uh, chapter is of drainage pattern of India, in which we have to understand the drainage system of India. We have to also understand the river systems of India. What are the main rivers that flow across the India, from east to west, to north to south? What are the main rivers, and how, from which they have emerged, and from where they have gone? Okay, so that are the river system. And in fourth chapter of geography we have to understand the climate of India. After that we have to understand the uh, population level of India, and after that the last chapter of geography in class 9 we have to understand the natural vegetation or the population level of India. Okay, so basically in the class 9 syllabus we have to discuss all the geography of India. So in this chapter we have to read about the physical geography of India. Okay, as basically if we look all the things which are around us, then we can say that there are certain types of landform which see in our country. Okay, basically India is the country which have all the landforms with all the physical features of the world. Basically all the physical features which are including in the geography are in India, are available in India, are also the part of India. Like we have mountain also, we have desert also, we have plateaus also, we have islands also. So all the basic features of physical geography are in we see in India. Okay, so how the structures are formed, what are the main formation, what are the main process behind these landforms, behind the formation of these landforms, how these landforms are formed, what are the process they involve in forming these landforms, and what are the processes they have made to uh, form the features of India. Okay, so in this physiographic divisions we have to understand the division of India. Based, uh, we have to understand the Himalayan mountain, how Himalaya is formed. Okay, the second topic we have to understand the northern plains of India, the peninsular peninsular plateau of India. Okay, the desert. Okay, the desert system of India, like Thar desert. We have to understand our Thar desert, how desert is formed. Okay, and after that the last topic we'll discuss about the uh, islands and coastal plains of India. Okay, so basically these are the six topics which we have further discussed in this chapter. Okay, so first of all we have to understand the geological, or how these structures are formed, by which processes, and what are the main movements behind the formation of these landforms. Okay, have you wondered that you are living if you are living in a plain area, then you can say that the plain area is the area which have basically only a plain type of area, in which you have find certain type of soil and certain types of thing. If you lived in a mountainous area, then you find that these are the hard rock system which emerged due to the formation of the mountain system. Okay, basically in which area you are living, that the different kinds of rocks. Okay, basically, so these types of system are formed. Basically we have different types of rocks, and by the help of different types of rock, these structures are formed, these landforms are formed. Okay, so we have different types of rock, like sedimentary rocks, like igneous rocks, like metamorphic rocks. So basically by the help of these rocks, whole India or whole world is formed. Okay, so basically rocks are of many kinds. Some are hard rocks, some are soft rocks. Okay, so let's start our chapter by introducing you the movements of earth, or the theory of plate tectonics. Okay, basically the whole earth is divided into 7 plates, due to which the movement of earth is also influenced by these plates. Okay, these plates are known as tectonic plates. What named? Tectonic plate. These plates hold the surface of the earth. Okay, so that the whole surface of the earth is above the tectonic plates, and tectonic plates are moving and colliding and drifting towards each other. Okay, so let's discuss our 7 plates: Eurasian plates, okay, Indo-Australian plates, okay, North American plate, South American plate, African plate, okay, Antarctican plate. Okay, so basically these are the plates by which whole geography of earth is lie upon. Okay, after that, the movement of these plates are of various types. Basically there are 3 types of movement. The plates are moving in 3 different, the plates are moved in a 3 different types of way. The first type of movement, that is convergent movement, the second is divergent movement, and the third one is transform fault boundary. Okay, so basically the first type of movement, that is known as convergent movement. In convergent movement, when 2 plates are moving towards each other, then the movement is known as convergent movement. Okay, when the 2 plates are moving each other, okay, so that is known as convergent movement. When 2 plates are moving away from each other, so that is known as what? Divergent movement. When when 2 horizontal plates are moved above below, so that is known as what? Divergent. Oh, that is known as transform movement. Okay, so basically these are the 3 movements due to which the tectonic plates are moving from one place to another place, or drifting towards each other, or collide with each other. Okay, these are the 3 movements. Okay, basically if we talk about the geography of the whole world, then the basically whole geography was divided into, for the whole geography of the world was divided. There was an ancient supercontinent named Pangaea. Okay, basically as in present time, you see there are 7 continents, the whole world, like Asia, Africa, Europe, Australia, America, North America, South America, Antarctica. These are 7 continents of the whole world. In ancient time, there is only single one supercontinent named Pangaea. The northern part of the Pangaea named was what? The northern part of the Pangaea named was Laurasia, and the southern part is named as what? Gondwana land. So India is the example of, India was the part of the Gondwana land. Okay, the southern part of the continent. Okay, like I want to give you again description of that topic, so that you can easily understand the topic. That firstly I say that in present time, you see that whole world, the geography of world is divided into 7 continents: Asia, Africa, Europe, North America, South America, Antarctica, Australia. Okay, but in ancient time, the whole world was divided into single one supercontinent, that is known as Pangaea. The northern part of the Pangaea was named as Laurasia, and the southern part of the name as what? Gondwana land. Okay, Gondwana land, South America, South India, okay, South India, South America, South Africa, Antarctica are the parts of, what part are the parts of Gondwana land. And if we talk about the Laurasia, then North America, North Africa, okay, and Laurasia are the parts of North America, North Africa, okay, and Eurasia are the parts of the what northern Pangaea. Okay, so basically the ancient supercontinent have two parts, northern and southern. India was the part of the southern part, which is known as Gondwana land. Okay, so basically there was a movement named like the how India is formed, or basically India was the part of the Australian plate, that also known as Indo-Australian plate. Okay, so Indo-Australian plate, इंडिया और ऑस्ट्रेलिया पहले एक ही प्लेट के अंदर जुड़ा हुआ था. इंडिया was the part of the Australian plate. Okay, also. Okay, so after some movements of the due to the conventional currents or due to the movements of the plates, Indian plate was moving towards to the Eurasian plates. Indian plate क्या हुई, Indian Australian plate क्या हुई, मूव करने लगी आपका इंडियन प्लेट ऑस्ट्रेलियन से टूट के मूव करने लगी यूरेशियन प्लेट के पास. देन द इंडियन प्लेट वाज कोलाइड विद द यूरेशियन प्लेट. तो कोलाइड होने से क्या हुआ, जब वो दोनों टकराई तो उसकी वजह से क्या हुआ, एक वहां पे आपका देन देयर वाज क्रिएटेड अ जियोसाइक्लाइन. उसकी वजह से क्या हुआ, वहां पे बहुत बड़ा आपका कोलिजन से क्या हुआ, वहां पे सेडिमेंट्री रॉक्स इकट्ठा हुआ. देन आफ्टर द हिमालय वाज फॉर्म्ड. ओके, हिमालय वाज फॉर्म्ड ड्यू टू द collision of the Indo-Australian plate and the Indian plate and Eurasian plate के टकराने से हिमालय फॉर्म हो गया. ओके, आफ्टर दैट यहाँ से हिमालय फॉर्म होता है. हिमालय के फॉर्म होने के बाद क्या होता है, आफ्टर दैट when Himalaya was formed, then there was a depression create around the Himalaya. Then there is a depression create in the Himalaya and the drifting of the peninsular plateau. पेनिनसुलर प्लेटो को ड्रिफ्ट करने से, पीछे हटने से और हिमालय के खड़े होने से बीच में एक डिप्रेशन बन गया, एक गड्ढा बन गया. देन आफ्टर दैट कुछ नदियां आई, कहाँ से, हिमालय के ऊपर से, और कुछ नदियां आई साउथ से, मतलब नॉर्थ से आई और साउथ से आई. उन नदियों ने क्या किया, उस गड्ढे को भरना शुरू कर दिया और उसी से फॉर्म होता है आपका नॉर्दर्न प्लेन्स. क्या फॉर्म होता है, नॉर्दर्न प्लेन्स ऑफ इंडिया. द रीजन ऑफ, ये हम देखते हैं यूपी, इन द केस ऑफ यूपी as well as Haryana, Punjab, all the major areas which have northern plains, all the plains which have the rich nutrient of alluvial soil. So that is the example of what, that is the example of northern plains. And northern plains was formed by the soil which were taken by the rivers from the northern side as well as southern side. Okay, so basically these were the two things which was created due to the drifting of the Indo-Australian plate. First is Himalaya and the second one was Himalaya and the northern plains. Okay, so basically these were two landforms created by the drifting of the Indian plate towards the Eurasian plate. And after that, basically when Himalaya formed, as well as Himalaya and Western Asia was formed due to the collision of the Indo-Indian plate and the Eurasian plates. Okay, बेसिकली इंडिया प्लेट जब यूरेशियन प्लेट के साथ टकराई तो वहाँ पे हिमालय और उसी के साथ वेस्टर्न एशिया भी बना, और आफ्टर दैट उसमें गड्ढा हुआ. ओके, पेनिनसुलर प्लेट्यू पीछे हट गया और हिमालय आपका क्या हुआ, खड़ा हुआ, तो बीच में गड्ढा हुआ. उस गड्ढे में क्या हुआ, नॉर्थ और साउथ की तरफ से नदियाँ आई और नदियों की वजह से वहाँ पे क्या हुआ, आपका एक उस गड्ढे को, उस डिप्रेशन को फिल करने के लिए दोनों तरफ से आपका क्या आया, नदियाँ. और नदियाँ अपने साथ बहुत सारा सैंड सिल्क क्ले लेके आई, बहुत सारा मटेरियल लेके आई, वो सारा डिपॉजिट कर दिया नदियों ने नीचे. देन आफ्टर दैट द नॉर्दर्न प्लेन्स वर फॉर्म्ड. ओके, सो बेसिकली आई होप दैट यू अंडरस्टैंड. बेसिकली दिस इज a little difficult chapter and I hope that you easily get understanding of that chapter. So today I only discussed two topics of this chapter so that you can revise and you can understand only two topics. So the later topics which we'll discuss tomorrow, so that you can revise, so you get time to revise these two topics at much conceptual and meaningful way. Okay, so basically just read out the chapter and grasp all the topics and all the points which came into your mind, so that you can easily understanding the whole concept of this chapter. Okay, so tomorrow I will bring you the next few concepts of this chapter. Okay, so just wait for a while. Okay, and let's hope for a better tomorrow, and I will meet you tomorrow So be happy, be safe, be healthy. Bye.